Welcome back to another exciting episode from Saturday Night Gaming as we present Fangs in the Dark.
Aye. That's a yes.
Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't the letter or like the physical eye in your face.
It's the eye in the dark.
I have more than one eye on my face.
Is a tiger missing one?
He could be a cyclops, who knows?
It's not
Tiger.
a cyclops werewolf.
Yeah, it could be.
In that moment, wouldn't it be Cycloptian?
Anyways.
But yes.
Two different mythologies.
Yes. We had a very exciting session last time.
Watermelons.
Really close call. Watermelons, yes. Watermelons.
Watermelons and managers.
The watermelons were not the close call.
Watermelons.
Seduction.
Nobles. Some dominating going on.
Yes.
All makes for a fun time.
Okay. I am not going to say it.
Not a euphemism.
And there was no sugar.
There was
no
sugar. Oh, yeah. So, as you jump in here tonight, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves here. Begin over here on my left. Introduce yourself, your character, and then just kind of do a little description of what you're doing during your downtime.
All right. My name is John, and my character is Methos. He is a very old vampire that's lived most of the past several centuries in a monastery, and has only ventured out now to help his kind. He's kind of a bookworm, so he's been studying the history of the Wakanda. Is that
Wakanda.
It's Wachovia.
Wakanda forever.
So it's a mixture of.
Wachovia temporarily.
Mixture of what?
So Wachovia, the history books that he had received and had access to.
Yes. You're doing some light reading.
It was either Sokovia or Wakanda. So I went with Wakanda.
And it's Wachovia.
It's Wachovia.
Like the bank.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right. Sokovia. You're right.
I'm waiting for the Accords. The Wachovia Accords.
We're working on it.
That's later. I mean, that's...
Get on the paperwork.
That's her job.
Our bookkeeper, get on it.
How
Okay.
dare you talk to her like that?
It's Madam Chamberlain.
Madam.
Why was that in sync?
It's
what I
the
wondered.
Laura intuition.
That's fair. Okay. Anyways,
Laura squared.
I am Kyle. I'm playing Foxhawk Geldrith, an alchemist and tinkerer. I don't know what else to say on that topic without making it too long. And during my downtime, I've actually since been working on...
It's too long.
It is too long. Too many words. No, but I've been training on...
Boots that don't slip in oil.
pretty much getting used to moving around on slick surfaces. Make sure I don't have that issue if combat arises or anything.
Or a watermelon cart just falls apart.
Something like that.
I'm hoping he's done now.
Yeah.
My name is Tony, and I will be playing Fenton Malak, otherwise known as the Frost Fang, protector of the most gorgeous creature in all the realms, Valyra. And I turn into a wild creature. I bite people, but not for food.
For fun.
And it's not free. I'm free, but my services aren't.
Is this your side business?
It's a hustle.
That's where the coin came from.
There's a niche market for it.
Why does he keep disappearing during downtime?
And he always comes back with more coin. How is he beating us with a stack of coin? Well, it's a strange world we live in.
I'm hoping are you done?
Never quite done, but I'm finished for now.
My name is Jessica. I'm playing Valyra. I am the daughter of the matriarch of my family.
And the most beautiful creature in all the realms. Don't forget that part.
And the owner of this crazy werewolf.
It's more of a relationship, really. An indentured friend, if you will.
Perspective.
Prisoner with a job.
It's just semantics.
Prisoner with a job.
Prisoners with jobs. What, mainframe?
It's not a collar. It's just a piece of my clothing. It's a style.
It's a statement.
Yes.
This is my
So is
statement.
my
It's a
I'm
bow tie.
Laura, one of the Lauras, and
You are the Laura.
I've been demoted.
so I didn't do it. Sorry.
You're not Karen.
I play Amber, and
Tell us what she's wearing today.
clothes.
I'm visualizing it already.
I just trained during my downtime.
In the
Oh, yeah, we're
seduction
supposed to be
arts?
doing the down.
How does one train
Are we
in the
telling
seduction
down
arts?
thing now?
Same way you do.
I forgot to do that. Oh.
Ah.
Did you not know circling too?
We're
Well-
supposed to say what we're doing on downtime.
We know his downtime.
Oh, we were training, and
He was working on his side hustle.
yes, I told you what I was doing. I was making money. Give me more coin.
Yeah, spend coin, you make coin.
Wait, no, I don't gamble. I just prostitute myself. There's a difference.
You don't do either of those things.
Here we go again. Ow! I'm your ever loyal indentured friend.
And finally,
Oh yeah, because Ryan's just a spectator.
he's the Spectre.
There you go. Okay. My name's Laura. I'm the other Laura. I'm not Karen. I'm playing Calla. She's the Chamberlain of the Haustoria family. She's the bookkeeper and the diplomat. And lately she has been working to reduce heat, which is basically, heat is our infamy, so we're trying to draw less attention to ourselves. So she's using her forgery and whatnot to try to dispel attention, to draw attention away from us so that we don't get a bounty on our heads.
Aye, I've been working on a way to get rid of the fuzz myself.
Not the same kind of fuzz.
Brian, you can play my raven if you want. I have a pet raven.
Does it speak?
You nailed it! right out of the gate! I don't know if I've ever met a better raven in my life. He was born for this.
Does it have a name?
It's really
It does.
Yes.
It's Ryan.
How did we decide to pronounce that?
Vindia.
There you go. I forget.
Or
I forget.
Ryan.
I forget why we named it that.
It
was
means
something.
sky. It means like wind.
Win something? Win something? Yeah. That sounds right.
Yes. And this lovely group here makes up part of the organization known as the Order of the Crimson Dragon, who they're working with.
We're only part of it? I thought we were all of it.
I'm actually a founding member. If you didn't know.
I know,
We're just
I've
a good
seen the
part of it.
Crimson Dragon before.
Yeah, you're the muscle.
Yes.
We've seen it. We've seen it.
I actually found
We've seen it.
So, where we left off, you had successfully
Thought we all got that tattoo together.
sent the noble away. And he wasn't sure why he was even there in the city. And you were able to save the identities of two of your informants. And due to that, you now have an extra die. Oh, no. Where'd it go? Yeah, extra die to gather info.
Can I see that? Since we were here last week.
Which gather information is what you can do during downtime. So, for instance, when you're looking at what you can do as far as gathering more turf for your organization, if you want more information, you can, during your downtime, you can gather the information. You can make a roll and see if you can get additional information other than what's presented to you. But if you feel like you have enough to go off of, you can just do that. That'll be up to you. So, brings you back here. You have completed your downtime activities. And now it's time to get back to work. Back to the task at hand.
Can't be a prisoner with a job without a job, I guess.
You gather around the table and you look at the map.
They took my map.
They did.
Oh, this is the map?
That's the map.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
And essentially you can go anywhere where it is connected.
Last time we did informants.
Yeah, informants is selected. Turf is selected.
So everything that's got the little square.
And then, of course, layer right here, everything's connected to it.
So this one.
So anything that's
Loyal-
connected to those three, you can
Loyal,
pursue.
fence, covert, drops, or turf.
I think we could do. These
Oh,
two,
gambling den. Ooh, that sounds
or
fun.
these two.
And you can obviously ask more
I think we
information
could do drug
as you
den
would
too
like
because
to.
it's
Yeah.
connected to me.
My vote's going to be
I
towards the
vote
drug
for
den.
drug den or gambling den.
Hey.
Anything
I
with
vote
den.
for Drugden or Remus,
What?
the loyal fence.
I don't.
So far, we have 3 towards drug den then.
Who's Remus?
The
He's
loyal
the loyal
fence.
fence.
I didn't read that.
I think she's still looking at it.
Yeah, she's still looking at it.
Remus, want a market dealer, has options.
As an
sell
alchemist, I'd
goods.
want to go see how their drugs are made.
Or visit the person who
And not
has
poison.
contacts within the black market.
I'm sure it's all natural.
Oh, probably.
Well, maybe.
And
Organic.
the drug den
Figure out
is
where
Addictive.
different things in our chemicals.
Overly addictive.
criminal is poisoning the citizens with addictive manufacturing substances, causing them to spend coin they need for food.
Hey, I didn't say we're going to stop the drug flow, just maybe not make it as addictive.
Must be stopped.
Oh yeah,
Either
we'll
of
have
us
to-
are really
we'll
down
have
for
to
either
disagree.
of those things.
We'll go with recreational drugs are okay, just not the addictive ones. It'd still bring us money.
I think at this point we've
But
got
not
3
very much.
votes towards the drug den.
Maybe vampire blood will get normal humans high, like in that show.
That sounds like a horrible idea. That's how we were converted.
It says they need a taste of their own medicine. Are we going to make them take their own drugs?
I'm down.
We'll cut their tongues out.
We could see exactly what it does.
How
close
did
and
you
personal.
go from the one to the other?
What?
How else would you taste it?
How would they taste it if they had no tongue?
Exactly.
But
They
But
want
they
it,
need it
now
to
they
taste
can't
I
have
was
it.
to say, but she
That's
just said
just-
how.
They just can't.
Okay.
I see what you did.
Vows were fun.
I get me.
Kyle, newest fledgling. Do you have a name yet?
Who?
What?
Kyle, because I just have you as newest fledgling.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's
Foxhawk.
Foxhawk.
Oh, did that name stick, really? I
It
thought we were just
stuck.
kidding about that.
No, that's his name.
All right.
He is the beloved
I've
Foxhawk.
introduced this character twice now.
He's like, I'm standing right here, guys.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, we couldn't hear
I'm
you
not the
guys.
newest.
You're the newest descendant.
That's how you introduced yourself. The
You were a
newest
I'm not the
Fledgling.
newest fledgling. I'm just the newest from
Literally-
that specific leader.
Which
There are
makes you
others
his
still in our
newest
family.
fledgling.
There are other newer ones in the family. It's just
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
specifically from.
All right.
We don't care about your siblings. Are they here? You're still a baby to us.
Okay.
And I'm not even one of you.
You're still a baby to me. I'm like hundreds of years old.
In dog years.
This is true. We're even.
He might be older in dog years. Who knows?
All right. So we're going to a drug den. Is that what we decided?
Yeah, that looks good.
Why are we going
To
to
the
The
drug
fence
den.
does sound like
Why
it would
not?
be handy if we were going to steal a lot of things.
I don't see
But-
us stealing much right now.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, let's just do
Right
a drug
now.
den. Maybe we'll have some things to fence
No,
later.
no.
So
Or
the drug den
buy.
and the gambling den are basically the same, except they unlock different areas. Is that what's happening?
And the drug den sounds cool.
Yes, they do
You'd rather
stack.
have drugs than gambling.
Yeah.
As an alchemist, yes.
As a person, yes.
Our alchemists and our scientists do.
Researcher. We'll call
So
him
what are we
researcher.
going to the drug den for? Are we getting drugs?
No,
Why
we're gonna teach the drug dealers a lesson
Why?
We have to wait.
because they're poisoning the citizens of the city.
I think that
But
we'll
we're
talk.
eating this. They're poisoning our.
We're
He
taking
sent
away the
thing.
drugs
Did you read
and
the
giving
thing?
them recreational drugs. It's
did.
much better.
I'm summarizing it for you.
I didn't read it either.
So we can get drugs and we can get their money and we can punish them all at the
And
same
we can
time.
stop them from poisoning.
Well, I'm sure
the
we'll
city.
talk to the
See, it's
the
right
guy.
there, John. It's the bottom one.
I can't see that far.
I know.
Well-
I can't really either.
I'm
I
Badger,
can't see
remember?
his Got to the
Sorting
way.
with the local criminals as a means to generate additional profit for their war. They're going through a man named
Raoul
somebody.
Oh,
This criminal
Raoul.
is poisoning the citizens with addictive manufactured substances, causing them to spend coin they need for food and supplies to maintain the addiction. It's like skooma. This must be stopped.
What if we introduce
you,
our own
Raoul.
competing drug?
What if we started a competing drug den? We do have a layer. We could form our own drug den.
But our drug,
The whole game is gonna be them figuring out how to like
We could steal their drugs and do away with their den and then start
well,
our
what if we
own.
just
Lady
make our
Valyra.
drug? Now hear me
You're
out.
going mad.
Our drug is just as addictive, if not more, but it makes them healthy and happy.
Ooh,
Better
that
to
would be
feed on.
tempting. That's pretty
But it's very addictive.
It's really hard being an indentured friend.
All right, let's go kill some drug
Let's go
dealers.
kill the
I guess we need
competition
some-
and take their lab equipment.
We haven't even talked to the guy that tells us where to go yet.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We need some strategy. I just said that.
All right.
Can we roll to gather information?
During downtime, you can.
I guess we're done with that.
So it uses our downtime roll?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But that one, I think you got plenty of information off of. I'm about to give you a little bit more. All right. So you have decided for the drug den, correct?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
It was
So-
a vote, unanimous.
So you decide you want to go for the drug den. So Severinus, as he's watching you guys deliberate with each other,
So he's still not showered.
he's showered.
Ah, you smell much better.
He's bathed in the river.
You smell of blackberry.
Does it smell like lavender?
No,
Damn.
blackberry.
And gooseberries. With a hint of lavender.
Is this Dragomir? Is this the same dude?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But anyways, he walks up to y'all as you have decided this. And he says, "That is a good choice."
As well as taking the shower.
Why black?
He looks directly at you and he says, "Your skills will be, how would you say, quite needed for this."
Are you saying I need to sniff out where the drugs are?
Are you a drug dog?
Your sense of smell is extraordinary.
Yes, it is.
Here, boy. Find the source of this.
I don't like him, though.
Ah.
He smells of strange.
And with his knowledge of alchemical ingredients,
So I have to work with him again.
I'm just over there nodding.
this should be quick
furiously.
work for you.
Oh, well. As long as it's quick.
He says, Raoul is located in the western part of the city.
Raoul.
He has his factory in the poorest part of town.
Of course. Because the poor people can't argue. They are so indentured.
Well, it's more so the guards
But I love it.
tend to stay away from that area.
Yes, ma'am.
Less prying eyes. But as you will find him in one of the abandoned buildings. Your nose should be able to lead you the rest of the way.
They literally are less prying eyes. Their malnutrition leads them to go blind at a very young age.
I will
smell
tell you
it.
to be careful of their enforcers. Although there may not be as many guards, they do have their own muscle.
Yeah.
How about I use my brain, you use your muscles?
So, as you guys kind of disperse to come up with a plan, walks over to you.
Raoul does?
Not Raoul.
Raoul's the drug dealer. This
We
is
haven't found
Dragomir.
Raoul yet.
Dragomir walks over to you.
Severinus, he walks over to you.
Oh, hey. Hey, man, what's up?
He says, "You, sir, you seem to be attuned to the world around us.
Okay.
Have you felt that something has changed?"
All right. I will roll for this.
Sure. Roll attunement.
Attunement. What is it?
Attune.
Like, how recently have things changed? Like, in the last 5 seconds? Like, in the last 100 years?
Did it change so long ago that it's in the distance?
Well, he's
Well,
like,
maybe he'll tell us.
he's not
Maybe
talking
it's a
about
ruckus.
like some recorded change, but some like force level, like there's a great disturbance and the
Is he the
vampire.
only one
Like
that can
Alderaan was
attempt this
exploding.
roll?
Yes, like 1,000.
Oh, he's speaking directly to him right
Yeah,
now. He kind of just kind of pulled him to the side.
I don't
'cause
have
he's the
a
bookworm.
thing for that.
Oddly
There's no
enough, I have
attune
a
setting.
Ah, so you roll 2 dice and take the lowest.
Okay.
I'm asking because I have one.
One.
Well then,
He did take the lowest.
you did take the lowest. You have no idea. You've just been so distracted with everything going on.
Yes, I'm usually like a tuning fork, but I've been distracted.
Oh, gee.
Who's eating his food with it?
Oh. Well, he continues and he says, "I can't fully explain it. It just seems like something has just
Changed.
is different. As if there's this cosmic force
Shout. That's what
that we
changed.
cannot see, but we can feel that others are more attuned to."
Yes. Well, I will meditate on it.
Does it have to do with why my hair is pink?
I think that's just you.
That's what he's focused on.
I'm just
But he says, you have an operation to go and complete. I'll leave you to it. We can talk later.
All right, I have my operating tools with me, so we should be good. It's in my bag.
So he walks away. Well, so back to you guys. You're planning for this operation.
Well, I'm just here waiting orders.
Are we just gonna go in there and kill him? What are we doing? What's our strategy here?
Who's
What?
in charge?
We need some sort of
So what you do know-
reconnaissance.
You do know it's one of the abandoned
Building.
buildings that's in the western part of the city, which is one of the poorest parts of the town.
I could smell that out easy.
All right, you do know they have enforcers that are roaming the streets. You will have very little guard activity. You may see some, but very little compared to the other parts of the city. But you've got the enforcers that you have to
Who's good
deal
at
with as well.
stealth? Who's a stealthy person?
And you do know that their manufacturing, that their facility that they're manufacturing is in one of these abandoned buildings. That's what you're looking for. And that this is where Raoul is
And you can
located.
smell individuals?
Are we going after him specifically? Is he going to be in the warehouse where they're manufacturing the stuff?
Potentially, who
Are we
knows?
just going to the warehouse
This
to
is where
look
he
for
frequents.
clues? Okay.
So if you can't find him here, you will be able to find something on him that will lead you to him.
I think I'm kind of stealthy.
You're stealthy.
I don't plan on just charging
I'm
in, but I also
sensing.
know I'm not stealthy.
Who's in charge-y?
So are we? Can I just take him and go like scout out? Because he's kind of prowly too.
Well, why are we asking him? He's not the leader. Who's the leader here? Have we voted on this?
We're a group.
Well, like a
We're an
democratic
autonomous
group?
collective, okay?
Yes, we're an autonomous collective.
Why don't I get free choice in all this?
What?
Because you're an indentured friend.
Oh, that's right. Is there at least like an overseer to how y'all counsel?
Shouldn't that be Madam Chamberlain?
Can I go investigate the warehouse stealthily and report back to you guys?
That sounds like a wise choice.
I'm good with the advanced knowledge.
That would be part of the gather information.
Let's do it.
So, do I just roll for that?
How stealthy are you, though?
Well, it's a little more complicated.
And also,
Okay,
you can
well,
you can
what do you
sniff
want
out
me to
people,
roll?
so
Tell
we
me what to
have
do.
numbers that
What is stealth?
we know how many people.
Stealth is prowl, right?
I have 2 in prowl.
Is it prowl? I think it's prowl.
Yeah,
I have 2
prowl
in
is stealth.
prowl, 2 in finesse, and 2 in hunt.
Only have 1 in
so
prowl.
I
It's
have
about as
0 in
stealthy as I
prowl.
can be.
I have 2 in prowl.
That's
Yeah, I know you're prowly too. That's why I said you and I should go and investigate.
I have
So-
3 finesse.
all right.
Those two have prowl. Do you guys
Should
have prowl?
go do
You guys don't,
reconnaissance.
Yeah.
So we know exactly how to approach.
I agree.
We'll be prowlers.
I'll give you guys an image here to consider.
They call me a wolf burglar.
As opposed to a cat burglar.
I don't like cats.
He's also not very good at climbing things.
So you steal wolves?
I am a wolf who burgles.
And
But I
it's-
am armed,
You don't
so
like
I guess
people who
it's actually robbery.
you don't like people who steal cats. Is what you're saying.
No,
Or summons them.
only pet the cats.
You don't like cat burglars.
Unless you have a water bottle on hand, then squirt the cat.
What?
Bad kitty.
There, give you a little bit of a visual. Nice stonework.
Somebody's been using the restroom there, that bottom step, for a long time.
What?
Yeah, you can't smell that.
We're
I
not
don't think
here
you need
yet.
special
We're
senses.
still in the lair.
No, this is where I am. You and I went out for reconnaissance. We're prowling.
You're prowling.
So
you're
you two
prowling.
are going out.
See,
Well,
we're
yes,
going.
and we're going to prowl.
It's a date night.
I thought they were just friends.
Adventure.
There's a lot of benefits. in
I'm the
this
princess,
relationship.
and he's my loyal bodyguard, although he's complaining a lot tonight, so.
All right, so
We didn't know who was in charge.
you start traveling down this lovely street here
No one's in charge.
with this
No
amazing
wonder.
stonework.
It's very cobbled.
Yes. Street feels like that too. Although the houses look better. Go ahead and well, I don't know. What do you want to do first? You want to try to find something first, or
Oh, do we have
Is-
Mindcom?
Is the door
No.
unlocked?
No
Can we
Mindcom?
go in, or do we need to try to enter in a different way, or?
you're just in the streets right now.
I'm
I know.
going
You don't even know
to.
where the place is yet.
Oh, then sniff it out, man.
That's what I was going to ask if I was allowed to do that.
She just
Who are you
gave
going
me
to
permission.
ask?
You.
Oh, okay.
Can I check their tax records?
5.
For discrepancies?
You need to get hold of their books first.
Yeah, guess so.
What'd you get,
5.
sir? 5.
Do you want me to bring the books back for you to investigate?
There you go. All right. So you follow your nose wherever it goes.
Only you know.
As you do, you take in the lovely smells of the city.
Somebody's been taking a crap in that corner for a while.
Somebody hasn't showered in a while. Someone's been
Yes.
using the bathroom outside.
There's a child over there going blind as well. Malnutrition. I can smell a
I
lack
don't
of
know if
iron.
you smelled the blindness or not, but
I got it's a lack of iron in the blood.
I don't know about that. But yeah, you
telling you.
haven't pinpointed it down yet.
Have I
So-
smelled anybody that smells like they got something weird, like a residue on them?
Not yet, you don't.
Like they've been cooking something that wasn't food.
Can we look around and see if we see any of those enforcers that might lead us back to where
Sure.
we want to go?
You sure can.
What would I be using to do that?
Survey.
Can he roll for that? Because he has higher.
Yeah, either of you can.
Yeah.
6.
6.
Let's find us a guard person.
So yes, you look around, and you do spot someone that would be an enforcer. That you would think, as one of the citizens is approached by 2 men in dark clothing, and they corner the citizen. And you can't hear exactly what they're saying, but you can tell that they're not very happy. And all of a sudden, the citizen takes coin out of their pocket and hands it over to the gentleman.
I bet
Then-
you if I bite them, I'll get that coin.
They leave.
We don't need the coin focus. So, can we follow them?
You can. They'll require a prowl.
All right. We need. I guess we
For
both
both
have
of
to
you.
roll that.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless one of you, only one's going to follow.
No, we're both gonna follow.
Actually, you can do this as teamwork together.
So he can roll too.
Yeah, you can both roll and
The highest.
yeah, take the highest out of both of you. Group action, that's what the
Five.
work I was looking for. Well, it's still teamwork, but
5.
5 was the total?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, wait. Are we adding?
No, you take the highest out of 2 of
5.
you.
The high.
The highest was 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you follow them as they start leading you through these dark streets. They make a couple turns.
Watch where you're stepping. Well, you were about to put your fuzzy boots in that thing. Those are brand new Uggs.
They make a couple turns. You follow them as they make their next turn. And then as you do, you see them looking directly at you. And they see you two. And they say, "Hey, what are you following us for?"
Kiss me quickly. People find physical contact extremely unsettling.
All right, Captain America.
He's talking to us.
I
That
know, but
means
he's
that
talking
he's
to us.
talking to you.
I don't know. I can kiss you. That works. I would prefer not to have to interact with them. If
With
we
them?
can avoid it.
Pretend you were looking for a quiet place to sneak off and make out.
Yeah. If we can avoid it, I would prefer. I mean, I have enthrall, so I can probably, if I need to, try to enthrall one of them, but not both of them.
Yep. We got 2 of them, so consort or sway.
I have one in consort.
Let's see. That is better than 0. Influence a guile, charm, or argument. Or consort, which is socialize with friends and contacts. So
My only resolution
Probably
is
sway.
Prowess.
we'll be using the sway.
Okay, so I don't have any of that, so is that a 1? What is it?
You roll 2 dice and take the lowest.
Since we're
Lowest?
both kissing, is that both our roles as
Yeah.
teamwork?
You both can. You can both roll. And then you both take
not
the
just
lowest.
kissing you and you're not kissing me back.
Then you can both take the highest of the lowest.
Oh,
Roll.
highest and lowest.
Yeah, so I got a
You take
2.
the lowest of the 2 rolls and then take the highest.
You got a 1.
2.
Yes.
I don't think we're gonna convince them because we got a 2. I don't think they're gonna be convinced.
Good.
You want to fight them? I've met you before.
Fenton's got to get ready. Raven, are you here?
The Raven doesn't fight. The
So,
Raven doesn't fight.
You try to convince them of this, and they both look at you and they say, "We're no fools, lady. Who sent you?"
And she's no lady. I mean, wait, yes you are.
Do I have to answer them?
You don't have to.
I mean, I'm not going to answer them, so I'm just going to, probably attack them. But
You could do that too.
that just seems like what I would do, especially if you're there.
Oh, I make you cocky.
Plus, I'm hungry.
Wait, question: are these just for my own curiosity? Are they dressed up as city guards or?
No,
No,
Okay,
they're the
so
guards of the
Okay,
place.
so they're just some.
they're enforcers.
They're hooligans.
Okay.
Thugs.
Yeah.
I had it in my mind that these guys were city guards for whatever reason, which is why I'm trying to clarify.
No. City guards don't usually come around these parts.
Can
And I was like, why would the city guards be riffing them up?
Can I try to enthrall
A little bit
one
of
of
coin goes a long
them
way.
while he kills the other one? If they're just mercenary guards
That's what you want to do.
of a warehouse,
That's what you
because
wanna
then if I can enthrall one of them, then they would lead us back to where they're. I can get them to lead us back to where they're going.
If that's what you want to do, just do it.
If that's what you want to do.
Is it harder to enthrall somebody while you're stabbing a friend, or
Well,
She's technically not stabbing his friend. I am.
okay? Well, I mean,
And I haven't decided if I'm stabbing.
Let's put it
him.
this way. Well, you do have a point there. You don't start from you start from a desperate position instead of a risky position.
Well, how about this? How about I try to enthrall one of them, and then once he's sufficiently distracted, he can like discreetly kill the other one, like break his neck or something.
You can go ahead and try that.
So what would that be? That's my special ability, but
And that's consort.
okay.
Yeah.
So I roll 1. Can I roll? What is this? Where's the thing where you take stresses? What does that mean?
Oh, you can take 2 stress, and then you can add another die.
You still get 2 dice. You're just taking the lowest because you don't.
Yeah, she's using consort.
Oh.
Yeah, the lowest is only if you're on
So if I add 1 more dice, I have to take 2 stress. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's how it works.
6.
So what I'm going to do is enthrall one of them and kind of tempt him sort of away from the other guy, and then distract him. And while he's distracted, discreetly kill the other one, like silently, like break his neck or something.
So what do you say to enthrall him?
silently.
I don't wanna
As
say
you meet
anything.
your eyes with his.
I don't want to say anything to him.
It's not our eyes.
Maybe it's the raven. Maybe it's the raven that does it.
As you land on their shoulder, you start calling in their ear.
I don't know that I would need to say anything.
Is
once
the raven whispering sweet nothings into the ear?
Picking the bugs out of his hair.
Anything you would like to add, Mr. Raven?
Gosh.
Ah, Vendir.
Classic.
Classic Vendir.
All right.
Right.
Can I lead him away into like a dark alley?
Sure.
Using your body language, or
Yeah, probably.
Using her gaze.
never underestimate the effects of body language.
I like to speak to your manager.
Do that again. That was awesome.
All right, so you lead him away. As you do, his buddy looks at him like, "What? Where are you going?" And as he does that, he turns around and he sees you. And what do you do to him?
You ask a lot of questions, man.
2 stress.
I take 2 stress.
It's
a stressful
To
situation.
roll another one, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and change. Does that give me any bonus?
Remember, you have to be discreet here. You can't leave a mauled up corpse.
There won't be a mauled up corpse if he eats it.
It's true.
But there'll be blood everywhere.
It'll just be
We're
Not if he
trying
licks
to
it up.
just be like really discreet.
It'll still be a mess.
Yeah.
There are spots that you can bite that don't bleed as much. Skull, oddly enough.
Let's see. Yeah, while you're shifted, let's see. You start from the control position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just you don't get a die bonus, but you start from control position, which means it gives you additional chances to redeem your situation.
Okay. Three.
Which you're gonna need apparently.
Yes.
Do you have a rage clock?
I have my healing
Right.
clock.
I was wondering if you had one of these. And yours, you have more for your clock because of your ability.
All right.
Can I send in the raven to kind of
So
claw
mark
the guy?
one on that. Well, here, mark it with that.
It's pencil.
Oh, pencil, yeah. Just mark it with that. Just mark 1.
It's making me mad.
Can I send in the raven to like claw at the dude's face and distract him for a second? Would that help in any way?
Nah,
Okay.
he'll. All right, so you started in control position. Now you're in a risky position. You can try again.
How many stresses is that?
6.
Well, it's not stress.
Oh,
He's just
good
reloading.
job.
There you go.
Knew you'd come through.
I'm going to basically bite his face, covering his mouth, crushing his jaw so he
Sucking
can't
out his
scream.
snot.
You were trying to say that.
Suck all the snot out.
Suck it all out.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just gonna crush his jaw and his larynx. Real quick, just snap.
His jaw and his legs?
Larynx.
Oh, larynx. So he can't scream. I got you.
I was like, that was quick.
Correct.
He moved from his jaw to his legs. All right.
Like simultaneously break his
I am
All
not
that's
that
left is a
large of a
torso.
wolf. I'm a big wolf, but not that big.
Big Wolfie.
That was my father.
All right, you succeed in
I'm
that.
still growing.
You tear his head apart.
And just crush it real quick.
Yes.
I'm not gonna like gnarl it. Just quick snap. Maybe fling him around a little bit so his neck snaps.
And just throw him to the side.
Yes.
All right. Well, you succeeded in
And
that.
I run off. Vroom, vroom.
You're not gonna run off, you're gonna come find me.
That's what I'm running to.
Okay.
While still shifted.
Hungry like the wolf.
Can you at least put his body behind a crate or something? So
That's where I tossed it as
Okay,
it was like a
alright.
rag doll.
He just
People
threw it
will just
over there
think he's a
somewhere.
drunk poor boy
Okay.
with a ugly face.
So I would like to convince this enthralled dude to take us to where we need to go.
All right, you go ahead and roll your consort there. And go ahead and add an extra die. Since he's enthralled already.
Since he's already enthralled.
We'll just go ahead and give you an extra bonus.
4. Oh, I don't need stress for that. Okay.
So you want him to take you where the
Or
factory
maybe,
is?
since I rolled a 4, maybe tell us where it would be or give us some clues or any kind of information that we can get out of him to kind of get us where we're going.
Well, he tells you. He says, "Yes, my lady. I would take you there, but no visitors are allowed." He says, "But it's not too far from here. If you go down the alley, you make a right. 100 paces and make another left. It's right there."
Is he being truthful? Would I be able to
I
tell
don't
him?
know. Is he?
Can I roll
Yeah.
to find that out? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I send my raven to scout that area while I'm stuck with
Sure.
this guy?
You can. You can go ahead and roll a survey.
I'm on it.
I got you.
Five.
Okay. So the raven flies and he scouts, and what he locates for you is 3 possible buildings based upon the description given to you. So it could be 3 possible buildings.
Are any one of them being guarded?
Can I send him after the raven to go sniff around the buildings?
Aye.
Go.
Is it still shifted?
Well, you have 2 survey, right?
I do.
Nice.
If you can move your dice. I think.
Oh, you did it for me. How sweet.
5.
So you travel, you follow the directions, and you use your senses and you locate the building. However, you have drawn attention to yourself.
I can't imagine why.
How much? Quite a lot. You have about 6 enforcers.
They just like dogs. They're dog collectors.
Dog collectors. You hear them, and they say, "Aye, who let the rabid one out? I thought he was locked up in there."
Yep.
That's all right. We'll put him down this time.
That's always a focus.
I think that you should. Can he?
Add more to your rage.
Are you gonna fight these guys? Because like ideally you could try to shift back. He has control over his shifting, right?
He does.
Aye.
So can you just like duck in an alley and shift into a human, and then they're like, oh, where'd the guy go?
I mean,
That sounds like sneaky.
he would have to convince him. I don't know how strong his
Why?
social game is.
He's a wolf. How's he gonna talk to him?
No, I'm talking about if he dips into an alley and shifts back and then tries to convince him that, hey, I'm not that guy.
Okay.
You know, and this is my interior thought. It's kind of inside thought because I don't have vocal cords for talking. But I've always found if you screw up one guy as bad as possible and all of his friends are covered in his guts and blood, they oftentimes are very shocked and you have enough time to get away. And that's what I'm going to do.
They just said they had.
Is he gonna mangle one of them?
Taking some stress.
Some more stress. Jeez.
3.
Can I try to talk to the guard and have him go and convince the others that he's fine?
13% chance that you've done it twice tonight.
Yeah, I know. Odds.
You don't know anything. Oh, wait. Can I try to convince this enthralled guy to convince the other guys to go away?
If you can get over there. Right now you guys are...
Yeah, you sent me across the city.
Well, not all the way across. It's like
About
100
paces.
That's... I can like...
Anyway, I'm in the middle of a lunge right now. I don't think it's going to save me in this instant.
So anyhow, with that, as you attempt to do that, as you go after one of the guys, 2 of the other guys behind you, they take out their blades and they jab them straight into your back.
Ah, that hurts.
That's what it sounded like.
So
What do I take on that?
you need to make a roll. Well, you have a choice. You can expend your armor, because while shifted, you do have your special armor you can utilize.
Mm-hmm.
You can expend that, or you can make a roll to kind of absorb as much as possible. It's up to you. But you have to expend your armor before you roll if you're going to do that.
Which would give me an instant retaliation.
Well, if you expend your armor, you just negate everything,
Mm-hmm.
but you only got one time use on it
That's true.
until you're able to rest again. So,
What are the likelihoods that I roll 3 again? Twice.
well, even if you roll 3 again, it will still reduce some of the harm that comes in. But what you don't want to roll is like a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, no, I'll expend the armor and then go ahead and lunge again.
All right, so you go ahead and do that.
Taking some stress on this. 5.
5. Whew.
From the jewels up.
Which one did you mangle? The ones that attacked you, or
Yes.
the other guy? Okay, so you turned around and mangled.
Yes, from the jewels up.
All right.
Basically, throw them back at the crowd. They can have. It's kind of like playing craps, gambling, rolling the dice on the ground.
All right. So as you mangle him up, the other enforcers again come in and strike you in the back as you're busy doing that.
Can I?
This time,
Can
Shocked.
I reach him at
this
this point?
time,
'Cause
it's stressed.
he's only 100 paces away, so I feel like if once I heard him screeching or whatever, I would have already reached him at this point. So can I help him?
You will in just a moment.
It's a whimper when it's from a canine.
Maybe you're screeching.
It's a yelp. Thank you. Screech is like what he does. He's a raven. Oh, shriek!
Not here.
It is the case. Learn your animals. All right. So they're coming at me.
Yes. And you go and roll your defense. We skirmish. 5. And that's enough, yeah. So you don't take anything.
Which means I've got it. They're not learning. They're not quick learners.
Maybe if you mangle up a couple more of them, they'll get the point.
4.
Alright, so you mangle another one. As you do that, a couple of them are like, oh no, I'm not doing this, guys. They don't pay me enough. They run off. But there's still some that remain. These are loyal, right? No, we're going to put this dog down tonight. And so they strike you, so go ahead and roll again.
Six.
That's better than that one over there.
Yep, that one doesn't count.
Alright, so yeah, you don't take anything. No
Oh, right, that was
stress.
just defense. Damn, I was really hoping I was going to kill somebody again.
She arrives. As you see 2 mangled corpses on the ground, and there's 2 more enforcers that are attacking him.
Well, let me shoot one of them with my crossbow.
Go for it.
I have all 3 kinds of bolts. Am I going to run out of bolts if I use some of them?
Well, bolts can be retrieved, right?
Well, it depends. She has like special bolts, like
I have
fire
flaming
bolts.
bolts.
Yeah.
How many of each of these do I have? Just as flaming bolts.
I mean, I'm not really worried about keeping track of it right now.
Okay. Then I want to shoot him with a flaming bolt.
Unless you're going rapid fire.
The crossbow works that way.
It's a new one.
It goes in Van Helsing.
Repeater crossbow.
Yeah.
So, what would that be
Pop the
again?
clip.
If I'm crossbowing him?
That is...
Hunt?
I believe it would be hunt, yes.
Yes. I mean, certainly should be.
Or finesse.
6.
Depends, yeah.
Doesn't matter, it's a 6.
It's a 6. And you succeed.
So now there's 2 left?
1
Nah.
left.
Huh?
Nope. He runs.
Nice.
Because as that
Can I
bolt
send
comes
my
out of
raven
nowhere.
chasing after him, clawing at his face because he's stupid.
So that bolt comes out of nowhere. Hits the guy dead on. He drops. The other one sees it and he's like, I'm done. He runs off. Because now you have backup. And it's like, no, this isn't worth it.
Can I shoot him as he runs away so he doesn't tell anyone about it?
You can if you want.
I mean, doesn't that seem smart? Since we're trying to bring the whole group in here and do something.
Aye.
Yeah, you might get less heat doing that.
We'll be at another body.
Well,
I'll run after
Body,
him.
but the
My
body-
lady.
no, you're wounded. Let me take a stress. You've got a lot of
I'll be
stress.
fine.
I mean, what's the difference between like 3 and
You have
4
a lot of
bodies
stress.
as opposed to 3 bodies and the 4th guy who's gonna tell everybody?
Look, guys, we're just going to go ahead and take out the city so we don't have any heat.
Yeah, nobody can tell the tale.
No
I took a
witnesses.
stress and rolled a 5 to shoot him again.
All right. Well, you wound him.
Can I hit him in the leg and he can do
Mhm.
the rest?
You do. You hit him in the leg.
Cool.
Slows him down just enough so you can
Maul
take
him.
an action and maul him if you want. What do you do to him?
Well, I'm gonna make sure I can't talk.
Go for it.
4. He's wounded.
Yep. So you do. You take out his throat. However, 2 citizens see this, freaked out about it, and they run off.
Okay, well, we probably have a limited amount of time now.
I creep back into the shadows and stand up.
All right, so how can we
Did you
communicate
bring
with
my
them?
clothes with you?
How can we communicate with all of them? Do we have to go all the way back to the lair?
We have mind comm.
He's like, I feel trapped.
You should have thought about that, man. I didn't tell you to shift it to a wolf.
Okay.
I think you have to come back to the lair. Oh, the raven!
Send the raven. Can I send the raven? Send a raven to tell them where we are and to come over here quickly because we're on limited time. We'll send dark wings, dark words.
Yeah, so you located the factory. Now you're going to bring in the cavalry.
Yeah, here's a cavalry. Everybody.
So the raven returns and brings you the message that they found the location. They found the location of the factory. Requesting your assistance.
Alright, I grab my surgical tools.
Before I actually,
He does have some stab wounds, I think.
I do.
Can't let good organs go to waste.
No, so
There's still a heart in there, guys.
We were doing an operation, so...
The note says, come get some drugs.
And bring clothes. Just pants.
You know, you do carry a backpack, so maybe that has clothes in it.
As a wolf?
But I mean, as
I
a
wasn't
person.
a wolf running around with a backpack.
What'd you do with
on.
your backpack?
It's like 100 paces back that way.
A wolf with a backpack.
He does. He carries my backpack for me.
That's adorable.
Is it like a saddlebag?
It could be when you're a wolf. Yeah, sure.
I mean, if it's your backpack, would it have like dresses and stuff in it, or
No, it's like
She wears pants.
she wears
my
pants?
stuff.
They're difficult to get off sometimes.
All right.
Ow!
What?
before actually setting out,
Yes.
remind me real quick, does armor take 1 or 2 slots?
It takes 2 slots if it's light, 3 slots if it's heavy.
Okay.
All right,
Fancy clothes.
I'm going. I'm meeting you up.
She's like, I need a closer look at their books.
I want to see your taxes.
We're almost there. We're almost to the books.
I want to see what you're not paying. All right, so everybody can check their gear. You guys got what you wanted. What you're going
Ooh,
to
I
take with
sent
you?
the enthralled guy back to get your backpack.
Good.
He's very obedient.
I figure, full shift. I probably
Nice.
didn't keep my clothes on.
Next time, think about that.
Well, I could have half shifted.
You already got your